small, aren't they? Welcome back to Find It, Fix It, Farm It. Now, in a previous video, you'd have seen me doing this beautiful cladding on this shed, where Richard and I went from, done that bit there up to about there. Now, yesterday, we went from there all the way across to there. Now, we're running out of timber a little bit, and the weather isn't quite so, pleasing today. So, we're going to work on making that door up. So, we've got some steel here, some 40 by 40 box, so we're going to pop that into the workshop, and we'll show you how we make a door. So let's get in the workshop in the dry and show you what we're going to do. Right, so before we do that, let's show you what we've been doing here. So as you can see, we've come all the way along to there, round to here. We've done this bit last week or the other week, up to there. And now we have just done that bit. You can see it's a little bit dirty where it hasn't washed off yet, all the way up to here. Now we've done 300 by 300 barge board up there, which has been supplied by Cladco. Thank you very much, Cladco. And then in and around the doors here, we've put trim all in here to make all this nice and clean and tidy. Up through there, look. Oh, look at that. Look how smooth that is. I'm well happy with how that's come out. Really pleased. And then over here, you can see we've got that flashing into there as well, but we have still got to screw this one back into there. Just remembered that. But yeah, it's looking all right. Looking well pleased. Let's have a little bit of a further view back here. Look at that. Nice. Well happy. So this is the old door that we've got here. Now, as you can see, it is rather sad and it's not being held on by much anymore. So that's a bit rubbish. Now we've put in this extra steel here, second-hand one obviously. So we're going to have a personnel door in that bit, and then there's going to be a big door in this bit. Now, at the moment, the door works and fits onto the outside, so it doesn't close inside. So the water used to hit the tin that was there before and come down the inside of the door. This door is going to sit in underneath the overlap and then come in here and fix into this RSJ, which is behind this piece of flashing there. And then there'll be a little door here to be able to access this shed without having to open up the big door if it's windy. So hopefully that'll sort that out nicely. Right, so here's the plan, and it is quite simple, to be quite honest. That is our door. Well, actually up there, that's our gap, so that's our main doorway. That's going to be our personnel door. That's the new steel that we put in. This is the full measurements I've got of that gap. So translate that over to our door, and it's going to be a simple ladder frame door. So a nice square box to start with, and then fill in with some cross members across there, and then a brace steel from top to bottom, which we may or may not need because it's going to be held together with the tin, but I'd just like to put that in as a bit of extra security. Now we've got 103 inches that way, 118 inches that way, which is annoying because our sheets of tin that will be on the outside will be 8x4 sheets. Now, that's great if you've got an 8-foot door and it's the right width, but because this is 103 by 118 and a sheet is 96 inches long, being 8 feet, then we're going to have a join here at the bottom. So the bottom's going to be a different sheet compared to this one that comes up here. And then down in this corner where we come across, we'll have a little piece, which will just be a little bit frustrating, but it will look fine in the end. So first of all, we're going to weld up a nice square frame around the outside, 103 inches by 118. So now, as much as we love this workshop, it is a beautiful workshop, which we built 12 months ago, and Rich and I were just reminiscing over building this and when we actually done it all. But yeah, 12 months ago, Rich and I painted all the walls, all the lower walls, the block walls, and then we had the lights put in, Rich, didn't we? Yeah, we did. And then last January, we put in all of the the extra cladding to sort of make this a little bit more sealed in here. Now, the biggest problem we got is the floor is concrete, and it's good concrete, so I didn't want to change it, but it's not quite level, and it's not flat, and it's agricultural, and it was used as a silage pit, so it's a little bit lumpy and bumpy. So it's not great for welding something flat on the floor, but we'll make it work. It'll be fine. We've done one already, Rich, haven't we? We have. We've done one door the other end, so we're seasoned professionals. Not that one there. Mike made that one. We made another one on the outside. So yeah, let's get some steel cut and glue it together. Rich goes, 118? I was like, yeah, we're working in inches today, mate. I changed my mind from one day to the next. One day we work in mil, the next day we work in inches. It's not confusing at all, Rich, is it? No. But it's nice. We've got some nice clean steel to work with today, which does make a change because I'm very much known for just using what we've got, but we've got the clean steel, so that is what we're making out of. precision engineering at its finest. 9-inch grinder. Now what I could do with is one of those nice chop saw grinder things. Now, anyone got any recommendations on which one I should buy? Because I've got to get one at some point. Now I did want a bandsaw, but it's big and clumsy and I always want to use it in different places. So just one of those circular chop saw grinders, which Milwaukee used to make a corded one, but they now don't do it in the UK, or maybe not anywhere, but I could do with one. That's what I could do with it. Let me know if you've got any suggestions for that, because we've got to do it the agricultural way at the moment, which just doesn't keep everything square, does it? So there is our main sort of outside of the door frame. Now, before we weld that up, what we want to do is, Richard over here is very stylishly modelling our hanging. So like a normal gate hanging, like that, we're going to need to drill through here so that we can put those in there to be able to hang the door. So before we weld it, we're going to drill it so that we can get it all nice and square. Anyone else share a workshop with someone else and get really frustrated when you can't find something? So I thought, you know what, we'll use the pillar drill because it'll be easier. Because I don't have a mag drill, I'd love a mag drill. It's one thing I really, really want. I want a Milwaukee mag drill, battery powered, and these little jobs will be absolutely perfect for it. Now, I thought, let's use the pillar drill. So I come to the pillar drill. First job was that the plug had been taken off and used for somewhere else. So I've taken the plug off Mike's radio. So you can't have the radio now. Yeah, and I come back to use it. I thought, right, let's put the bit in. Oh, no, the chuck key's gone. So I thought I'd go to the drawer. Go to the drawer and find a chuck key. Lucky enough, I got 4 spare chuck keys in there. All too bloody small, aren't they? So I'm probably just gonna have to use a bloody percussion drill in a minute. Handheld battery drill, and we already know how that goes, cutting 20mm holes. Anyway, ran over. Mike's amazing. So we've just spent like 20 minutes trying to find a chuck key for this. Now I could have used a hammer and punch, but I didn't want to. Now I got a load of old lathe stuff which I have stored, so I've just been through that and I found a chuck key that fits. Yippee-ki-yay. Right, let's get the drill bit in and drill them. I think I need to invest in some new, bigger drill bits, Rich.
I think so.
Yes, Richie, look at that. Perfect. That was beautiful bit of drill. Beautiful bit of drill bit there, look. What are they, Rich?
Like egg-shaped holes.
Now, so shopping list so far is a decent disc cutter, not disc cutter, chop saw, metal chop saw, a mag drill, and some decent drill bits. Right, let's set up ready for welding. Oh, Wally, what you doing, Wall? What you doing, Wall? Oh, whoa. Right, this is our welder. It is a Lincoln Electric Speedtec 215. And it is a beautiful, beautiful machine. Now, I used to have a Sealy Mighty MIG, and I used to think it was a great little welder. I bought it when I was like, I don't know, 16 or something like that, and it lasted for ages. I actually sold it on to a lad who used to work for us, and he's still using it now. But I bought this one, and I thought the little Sealy was great, but going to that changes everything. It made me from a really rubbish welder to a slightly less rubbish welder. Now, I'm not the best welder in the world, so you're going to find that out in a minute. But it'll be fine, it'll be strong enough. I can weld so it's structurally fine. It just doesn't look quite so pretty compared to like some of these other welders you see on Instagram and YouTube and everywhere, which do some amazing, amazing work. So let's set that up and get it ready. That is all four corners tacked in place just to make sure we've got our square, which we're very happy with. Now I use these magnets here. I can't remember what make they are, but they're bloody brilliant. They're strong. Can't remember what make they are. Is there a brand on them? Probably is somewhere. Strong hard. Strong hard. It won't focus. There we go. Bloody awesome now. Now we'll tack that side and then go offer it up, I think. Yeah, so there we are. It's in there. So we've got obviously a bigger gap at the top, which will decrease because it will come down. And then in there against that one, got a good 1.5 inch haven't we, to play with?
We have.
And to put a door stop in there. Obviously it's touching the ground at the moment. Hangers are here, and then this will work like this. So I'll weld one of these into there. And then they'll go, that'll weld against there. And then obviously these can be lengthened or shortened depending on how we need it to go. So I think now we'll get all that welded up there and weld in the cross members, Rich, yeah?
Yeah.
Right, so that is the main structure of the door, welded all up, ready to go. Now, as I've been doing all the work this morning myself, I thought it was only fair that old Rich here done a bit. You know, just to make it fair, just so we can both say we've, you know, been involved with this, Rich, innit?
Yeah.
He loves it, he loves it. Anyway, Rich is going to paint that down, and then after lunch he's going to go off. He doesn't know this yet, so he's finding out as you are. He's going to go and get some sheets of tin. So I'm now going to leave Rich listening to Jeremy Vine talking about assisted dying.
He had amazing hospice support, but ultimately...
Anyway, you might want it after this, Rich, to be fair. After listening to Jeremy Vine, you'll probably need assisted dying. Anyway, have fun painting, Rich. Bye! Now I've been a bit of a Nelly because I forgot to weld the brace in. Now Rich has painted the other side, but like he hasn't painted this side, which is good because that's the side the brace is going to need to go. So I'm just going to weld in a flat piece of steel as a brace from the bottom corner where the hangings are, right up to the other top corner, just to give it a little bit of more rigidity. Rigidity. We are gaining. Now we have been out and hung the door up and welded on the hangings onto that steel. Now we're running out of daylight, so we got on with it. Sorry I didn't film it. But now we've got it back in the workshop. As you can see, I welded that cross member up through there. We've now got our steel, our sheet steel, our tin, however you like to describe it, to clad up through there. Now, as I said, just because due to the width of the door, now I should have sort of worked this out first really, but I didn't. I put the post in just thinking, yeah, that's right. But we've got this extra little bit here we'll have to fill in, and then so it's 2 full sheets, half a sheet at the top, and then a slither all the way up the side. So probably looking at the time, we'll get one sheet done now today, and then the rest of it will be done tomorrow. Right, so as you can see, we are riveting the edges all the way around. Every 12 inches, that is a rivet. Go on, Rich, squeeze away, mate. Make it go pop. Oh, she's taking some, and there she is. Woo! Another thing for the shopping list is the Milwaukee M12 riveter. Now, I wouldn't go for the M12 one though. I'd go for the M18 because the M18 I think can go up to like 6.2 mil rivets, whereas the M12 can only go up to 4.8. These are 4.8s. No, yeah, these are 4.8s, but ideally I'd want the 6 mil ones because then you can use them on like trailer sides and stuff like that. So it is the next morning, and Richard and I got 2 sheets on last night before we finished. I'm just up here putting on the top sheet. Now, I'm going to use a Milwaukee tool that I've never used before. Now, we've had it a while. Richard used to have it in his service van when he was our robotic lawnmower installer. And I thought, you know what, let's get it out and have a go. So this is a little M12 circular saw with a metal cutting disc in it. So ideally, rather than using a grinder and ending up with it all being a bit choppy, hopefully I can just run up through this steel and it cuts a nice clean line. It's either going to go extremely well or terribly wrong, but it's at the top of the door, so I can always put a bit of angle over the top of it to hide it if it's not quite right. Anyway, let's give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? Nah, not for this job. Right, let's try a normal grinder. Not my finest work, I'll be honest, but we've got a straight edge, so I'm happy. I just tidied it up a little bit with a flat disc. Now I've just got to sort out this little bit up through there. So there we have it, one finished door. Now, I'd like to finish this video with it being hung up, but unfortunately, I'm here on my own, and that's now quite heavy, and I don't want to lift it up with the Manitou, because I'll probably end up bending something by myself. So Max and Suzanne and Molly are back tomorrow, so hopefully Suzanne will be able to give me a hand to hang it up, and then I can make the little door that's going to go beside it. Now, I might video that, I might not. It might be on more updates on Instagram, because you don't really want 2 videos the same, one after another. So, yeah, there we go. One finished door, which I'm very happy with, actually. It's come out quite well, considering we're using basic tools and everything. So, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. Bye.